Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the video series. So we're starting off with video 2, reducing distractions during ambulation. Many of us think we can walk and multitask at the same time, but our brains aren't exactly wired that way. What if I told you there's no such thing as multitasking? Checking our phones while walking, chatting with friends, listening to music, looking up our head at scenery or signs while walking. All of these things distract you from walking safely. Instead, all you're doing actually is dividing your attention. You're going from one thing to another and back. But divided attention while moving can increase your risk of tripping, bumping into obstacles, or missing hazards you would have otherwise seen in your path. For example, how many times have you simply tripped over a low threshold or even just your own front of your shoe? Alright, so let's get into some common distractions that increase your risk of falling. Some common distractions include texting or scrolling while walking. Sure, it seems quick and easy to pull up your phone and reply a quick message back to your friend or watch a quick vid that somebody sent you. But it's actually just drawing your head down. Your eyes aren't looking where you should be going. You're not scanning ahead. It increases your risk. Wearing headphones that block environmental sounds and carrying items that limit your view of the ground. So a big thing with the headphones is, of course, just not being able to hear what's around you, whether that's something zooming past you if you're out in public or somebody hollering at you. Carrying items, obviously it throws your center. Maybe you're compensating for carrying something heavy in front of you in your arms or off to your sides, and you're sort of walking side to side to shift that weight, or even simply carrying something like a laundry basket just obscures your view of the ground and you're not really able to see where your feet are. This brings us back around to attention. If you're sort of unaware of what's directly in front of you and you're too distracted on carrying something, then clearly your attention is split. And it's kind of unfortunate because this is sort of an everyday situation you could find yourself in, and you wouldn't even be aware that you're suddenly off balance with something in your hand, unable to see your feet, and you're distracted mentally by just trying to keep up with the weight or moving forward. So research shows that trying to do two things at once reduces the amount of attention your brain devotes to balance and navigation. Even a 1 second delay in reaction time can cause a trip or misstep. Indoor distractions count too. Talking while turning, looking away from uneven flooring, eating while walking, or rushing between tasks. Imagine checking a text while stepping off a curb or pivoting mid-step toward a friend in the hallway. That single glance can cost you and throw off your balance, increasing your risk of falling. So now that we've talked about some hazards and just an everyday scenario where you could find yourself at risk, let's talk about some tips and strategies to stay focused and aware of your surroundings at all times. 1. Pause before you text. Step aside or stop walking before you use your phone. Imagine you're just kind of pulling over on the highway of a busy walkway. 2. Limit headphone volume. Trust me, I know about enjoying a good song and getting distracted, but keep one ear open to hear your surroundings. Consider bone conduction headphones if you feel you simply can't run or walk outdoors without music. Limiting headphone volume keeps you connected to environmental cues, like an approaching car, or maybe a bike on your running trail, or simply the voice of somebody hollering that they're coming up behind you. Use secure bags or backpacks. Freeing your hands improves balance and lets you react quickly if you trip. And if you find yourself carrying many things, consider using a rolling backpack or even a mobile foldable wagon. 4. Scan your path. As best you can, always be looking up ahead to 20 feet to see what's coming up. For example, if you're out running, maybe you're scanning for roots coming out, debris. If you're at home, maybe it's a power cord that's run across the hallway. If you're just out in public, you're scanning for curbs or just clutter that could be causing a tripping hazard. 5. Slow down when you feel your attention being divided. A slight reduction in pace gives your brain time to process obstacles and catch up. So, like I mentioned earlier, maybe it's just an everyday situation you find yourself carrying something. Stop and think, oh man, I actually feel a little overwhelmed. I'm not fully aware what's going on around me. Let me stop, catch back up, scan ahead, and then keep moving. Okay, so I know we've talked a lot about reducing distractions, but that's not all about technology. It's also about shaping your environment, you know, adjusting your home or things you can move. So let's talk about keeping walkways clear, improving lighting, remove rugs if you're able to, and mark changes or inconsistencies in your flooring. For example, if you have the end of a rug that you notice kind of curls up, maybe you could work on taping that down or removing the rug. Another common instance I've seen in many environments is if you have like a kitchen where you have tile that meets up another part of the building that has a different type of flooring, maybe that walkway is a little uneven and it can cause a short tripping hazard. So if you can, consider installing something like a transition piece that will smooth that out and just make it a little bit more obvious and safer for everybody. If fatigue or pain affects your focus throughout the day, schedule short rest breaks between activities. Try making more mindful movements. And by that, all I mean is instead of getting up and doing something very reactively, think about what you're going to do first. Think about that next chore you're going to do, how you're going to do it. That way you can plan it out more efficiently. Similarly, if you often feel rushed during your morning routines, try setting simple reminders to slow down your pace or plan out those actions. So think, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go to the restroom, then I'm going to brush my teeth, take a short break, then get to dressing. Pacing yourself like this and planning out your actions will allow you to be more attuned to your body and notice when you're getting distracted. And if you're able to notice it, then you're able to control it and better improve your everyday safety. So, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, you're already improving your focus. I just want to wrap it up by saying, staying alert doesn't mean giving up on convenience or things you like. It just means knowing when to focus. Try going device-free on your next short walk or trip, and notice how much more aware and in tune you are with the environment. For example, if you go on a walk through a trail or a run, just try looking at your phone less. Notice how more often you hear things around you, or are able to spot things further up ahead like a bird or, God forbid, a snake. Every step you take with full attention is a safer one. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay tuned for our next video where we'll be talking about assistive technology.